Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Zeladon, and I've got something kind of special for you guys. You can't find this anywhere else on YouTube. At one point, it was on the interviewer's YouTube page, but she took it down for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I've saved it, and I'm going to repost it for you guys. It's an old interview from BlizzCon about Diablo Immortal from the senior developer named Caleb Arseneaux. And yeah, it's got a lot of interesting information, and it leaves us questioning what's going on with the game. Because from the sounds of this interview, as you will see, it sounds like they had planned on releasing this a lot sooner than they are. It's now April 19th, 2019, and we're still waiting. Anyway, here's the interview.
All right. Guys, we are here with Caleb. Caleb, can you tell our audience who you are and what you do?
Oh, yeah. So I am the senior game producer on Diablo Immortal.
Ooh.
I'm excited as well.
I mean, I'm just excited, because I know how hard it is to get to the senior level. That is a lot of work. Anyways. But we're not here to talk about your status as a senior developer of any sort. We're here to talk about Diablo Immortal.
Yes.
So, for starters, how long has this been in the works?
A good long time. Actually, longer than I've been at Blizzard.
Really?
Yeah, and so, a lot of hard work has gone into it. We're very passionate about, telling people about it at the show today, but also just having other people online, your audience, react to it and stuff. We're very excited.
I had absolutely no idea, and I'm the type of person that I travel a lot, so kind of taking games on the go was very much like...
We made this for you.
Exactly.
Just for you, actually.
Yeah, you were like, we need to make a game for Pamela Horton.
We got your email.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Aw, you guys. That is why I was asked to be here to stream it.
Yeah.
So what are the biggest changes you see in this game as compared to other iterations of Diablo?
Well, it's a new story. And one of the things Blizzard really prides itself on is storytelling. And so we're going to have a brand new story for all the players to experience. There's new skills and abilities and gameplay that you can just pick up and go. And just be inside of Sanctuary, even as hellish as it can be sometimes. You do want to get in there and kill some demons.
So this is for those who are familiar with the Diablo franchise but may not be familiar with all the different Diablo 1, 2, 3, whatever. Is this its own story, or is it like a remastered?
No. Completely original story.
Okay.
New characters, some returning characters that the fan base will definitely recognize.
Deckard
but
Cain.
Exactly. You saw him actually playing the game.
Yeah, I did. I did. That is seriously one of the most talented cosplayers I've ever seen.
Yeah, he was great. I was surprised he knew how to use a phone. And so it's new characters. We have a new arc and everything.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll get to face the Lord of Terror himself one day.
Yes.
But we are very excited about just exploring new demons, just everything that the players can kill.
So as I've been playing the game, I got to play on both or all three different characters.
Nice.
I suck at monk. But I mostly play barbarian anyways.
Okay.
But some of the questions people had were, is it free to play?
Well, today we're not talking about business model. One of the core values of Blizzard is actually gameplay first. So the first thing we're going to talk about and the first thing we're going to emphasize is quality gameplay. Okay. So that's what we're here today to talk about.
Okay. Well then, I'll take the hint. I'll do my very best.
Awesome.
So what were some of the challenges that you had to take into consideration in developing Immortal?
Obviously there's the challenges of the platform and the challenges of expectations. Blizzard emphasizes quality over everything. In fact, our games take so long because of the attention to detail that we put into it. And so Immortal is no exception to that. And so we have spent a good amount of time just focusing on getting that quality where our fans are going to really appreciate. And just adapting it to mobile. Obviously, we're cramming a lot of stuff into such a small device, but you notice it looks beautiful. Frame rate is great.
Yeah.
The controls handle really well. So that's where we put a lot of our time.
Now, do you, and feel free to stop me at any time if I, like I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble.
They won't notice.
Let's all get in trouble. But can you talk about what other classes will be available for playing?
Oh, yeah, we have 6 classes available for launch. The Necromancer, the Crusader, the Demon Hunter, the Barbarian, the Wizard, and the Monk.
Okay. Do you know when release date is gonna?
Very soon.
Okay.
Soon. Oh, like
TM.
a Blizzard soon. Yeah.
Soon TM. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
I know what you're talking about there. Do you think that there will be implementation of things like seasons and things like that, like you see in Diablo 3?
Well, we're still actually working out a lot of that detail right now.
Okay.
But this is going to be a live game. We're going to have a team dedicated to it in live to create new content.
Okay.
Obviously, you heard us tease that we want to see new classes.
Yeah.
Right? We want to see new zones, new dungeons. So the community is something we care deeply about. We want to keep them entertained and keep them engaged in the game.
What was the so in developing Immortal, what was the one thing that you guys wanted to keep in mind while developing it? Like, what is the biggest outcry? Because I feel like out of all of the fan bases, Diablo players are the most passionate, I want to say. So what was one thing that kind of you guys had to keep in mind while developing Immortal?
Well, I think it's just make it authentic. Going into mobile, there's a lot of options of the different types of games we can make. But Diablo is an action RPG, and so we wanted to keep it exactly on point there. So we weren't going to make another type of genre. We were going to keep Diablo pure to form, in line with player expectations, and so we've spent a lot of time doing that.
Do you think, can you tell me, is Tyrael going to make any appearances?
You'll have to play to find out, but he's one of our most beloved characters, so you'll have to find out. And if you notice in the panel we talked about, hey, what took place between the time that, Tyrael destroyed the World Stone and we saw him falling from heaven in the beginning of Diablo 3, things did happen there, and we do want to talk about it.
I see.
Yeah.
You're like, I like that. I'm going to mention this thing that seems obscure right now.
Yes. Yeah.
But eventually it's going to actually make sense.
Yes.
So what is one of your favorite things about playing Diablo Immortal?
I just love the fact that I can progress anywhere I am. I don't know if you've had experience sitting in line at the DMV or anything like that, but it's nice to be able to sort of engage with such a high-quality action RPG no matter where I am.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main value I think our players are going to be able to take from it as well. And so
yeah.
That's what I've enjoyed. Also, I've gotten really good at the game now. Yeah, exactly.
I don't like brag or anything, but I've just been like totally.
And so, actually, I'm really good with the monk.
Really?
Yeah.
The one class I'm not good at. Tell me
Exactly.
your tricks. What are to be a good monk? What do you think is like a tip I should know?
Well, he has this ability where he actually will knock the spirit out of an opponent, and it's a stun mechanic. So he hits them in just the right spot where their spirit actually leaves the body, and you see their spirit slowly walking back to the body. But while the enemy is stunned there, you can just beat them up, and you can actually do that to groups of monsters.
Really?
And then as you do that and you stun them, you can activate like an AoE ability, like seven-sided strike, where you just take out a bunch of enemies at once, and it's just so satisfying. And he's, the monk is punchy.
Well, yeah, I noticed that there's an ability that brings everything together, and then one that just like blows them all up at the same time.
Yeah.
I didn't have an opportunity to look at the names of the abilities, but are people going to be able to customize their gameplay experience the same way they do in Diablo 3, whereas you don't have to have a primary attack. You can do a bunch of different types of attacks. Are people going to be able to customize their experience the same way as in Diablo 3?
Yeah, we have like a minimum of 12 skills per class.
Okay.
And so there's 5 that you equip, as you saw in the gameplay videos we showed you guys today. And so there's going to be a lot of options to adjust your play style around what gear you have, what you like to do as a player. I know for me, I also like to spin as the barbarian,
Oh, yeah.
and just become a metal tornado through the level. That's nice.
I was talking about how like one of my favorite builds in Barbarian is what I call my booty dropping build, the leap earthquake build.
Oh,
it's
there you
just
go.
jumping around, booty dropping.
Yeah.
Booty dropping. Is there like I know that there's like you literally just announced it, and there's so much like I want to know that I know that you can't answer or talk about. Is there something that you can say to like get people hyped about like either some sort of functionality or an aspect of the game that will be playable like either in a beta or a demo or something that will set it aside from it being a mobile game and aside from the story, something that will set it apart that will draw original Diablo players to the mobile game.
Well, one of the really new exciting things we have for Immortal are these persistent zones. So never before in a Diablo game have you ever been able to just be out in the world and see some barbarian, just tornadoing by you. Like, you can run into strangers out in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so what's really exciting about that is the ability to dynamically join different parties and pick up groups of different players that are just roaming around the world, because these zones are persistent.
Yeah.
Like a massively multiplayer online game.
Yeah,
and so you're going to be able to just like, hey, what are you guys doing? Hey, let's go tackle that boss.
Yeah.
And before, you had to be friends with people and invite them in to play D3 and everything like that. But now you can just meet a whole bunch of new people.
And again, if this is a question that crosses the line, is there going to be like a way to communicate with those people? Like a chat integration so that if you're like, hey, look, are you doing this thing?
Yeah. Or what are you doing? Please don't kill that. I need to kill that. Don't kill that. Yeah.
So
there will be
ways. So it's not instant. So like everybody's sharing the same. So always online then?
Yes.
Okay. So there's no like you have to have internet access in order to be able to play the game.
Because it is an MMO, and so one of the things we want to do is have people participate in that community too, and that is new to Diablo, and that's one of the things we're really excited about.
So guilds then? Like
we're not talking about that today, but I can tell you something that Blizzard is very aware of all the social features that keep players together.
Yes.
And that's something we're also very passionate about.
Okay.
So I think people will be stoked when they hear
You're really
about our
good at the political answers. I can tell that you've done your media training. You're really good at being like, haha, that's a good question. I can't answer you, but let me tell you a little something here.
Well, I am excited, and it's still fairly even early, but we wanted to come here. We wanted to show everyone as soon as it felt authentic to us, and so that's why we're here. And so we're going to talk about more. Hit up the website, DiabloImmortal.com, to find out more information and to register.
So you said Monk is your favorite class.
Yes.
I want to know, what's your least favorite class?
Well, I wouldn't say least. It's just the class that I seem to be unable to play well.
You can say suck at. That's like
I am
I
not
suck
good
at Monk. I am not good at Monk.
I am not good at the Wizard.
Really?
Yeah, I am just not very good at some of the skill shots.
Is it the like being squishy and also like
exactly?
Ranged
I need someone who's fairly forgiving in terms of HP and that kind of stuff. And so also she has some really great skill shots that if you pull off, she just does an immense amount of damage, which is great. But I'm not very good at those combos. The Monk is great because we implemented this new way of doing kick, where he can actually kick an enemy. And if it hits a wall, he'll kick back off the enemy for free and hit another enemy. And you have like a few charges of kick to do. And so actually in some of the gameplay that you see in the panels, it's actually me playing on there, and I'm actually like clearing a room with just the kick ability. No big deal.
It's just me.
But no, that by far is my favorite, and the Wizard I just haven't got the hang of just yet.
Did you, so for Diablo Immortal, did you guys come up with like all new abilities, or are there abilities that exist in like Diablo 3, like kind of, what was the kit experience you wanted people to have?
Yeah.
Is it all original?
So, it wouldn't be a barbarian if you couldn't whirlwind.
Yeah.
Right? And so there's some things that if we took them away, it would almost be like unfair because the expectation is that the barbarian is going to be able to whirlwind.
Yeah.
However, we did want to make new and also updated abilities too that work specifically for mobile and for this sort of MMO community that we're building around Diablo. And so I would say expect to see both. And then also in panel 2, we actually go into some of these abilities in detail.
Okay.
And that's tomorrow on the Mythic stage.
And again, I'm just going to pause real quick, and I just want to remind everybody, just by watching the stream right now, we are live here at BlizzCon 2018 on the show floor. Just by watching the stream, every 10 minutes you enter for a chance to win $10 off the goodie bag, 20% off all merch in the merch store. So by watching me hanging out with Caleb, you're entering for a chance to win free stuff. So you're learning about Diablo Immortal, but also entering for a chance to win free stuff. And that'll pop up on mobile and on your desktop. But you do have to be logged in on Facebook. So if you're trying to cheat the system by watching on a browser that you're not logged on your Facebook, you're not gonna get any freebies. Somebody else is gonna get your stuff. Anyway, sorry.
No, that was a very specific note too.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a person that sent me a DM. They were like, I sat and watched your stream forever, and I won nothing. And I was just like, oh, were you logged into Facebook? I'd said multiple times, make sure you're logged into Facebook. And they were like, no, I was watching on a browser. I don't want to log into Facebook. And I'm like, how would we know that you're watching it? Like, the internet has cookies. Like, that's not. Whatever. But one of the things that I love about Diablo is the unique maps. So if it is an MMO, does that mean that the maps are no longer going to be generated? Or they're all going to be the same maps every time?
So there's two types of zones. One is these open world zones that are bespoke and those are persistent. But then we have instance dungeons.
Okay.
So we're not talking a lot about how those are generated.
Okay.
But they are, almost like WoW dungeons in the sense that you could go clear them with your friends, and they have a very, some of them are very challenging. Some of them I have died many times trying to get through, even on the Invincible Monk.
The Invincible, which is just him.
Yeah.
It's not all monks are invincible, as you could tell from me. I am not invincible.
And that's not my battle tag.
Invincible. I seriously, I played the wizard, and then I played the barbarian. I died none. And then I played the monk, and I died like 3 times.
Yeah, I think maybe I've just had a lot more practice than you.
Well, I'd say it's practice, but also too, but I feel like it's kind of like, you have like a connection, you know, like you find a class that you have a connection to. Yeah. Where like for instance, like I know that we're talking about Diablo, but when Demon Hunter came out in World of Warcraft, I remember being like, I don't know, but like I immediately like something about a Demon Hunter just connected with me, and so I totally get that, like the ability to connect. Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to share or add, or
we're really overwhelmed with just being able to be here and see just so many people. I don't know if they could see behind you playing the game. I think we have close to 600 stations that are constantly being used by people, and just to see people come away with smiles on their faces, and they're like, even if they were skeptical at first, to come away and be like, oh my gosh, this is a true Diablo game.
It is.
And that's very gratifying for us. Also, what's really interesting is we're actually doing a survey. Really? After people play, we actually are very curious as to what the feedback is, and so we're gathering that on these survey stations right behind the demo, and then when we get back to the office, we're actually going to look at all that data and actually find what the common themes are in people's feedback after they've played. And so that's going to be an exciting few weeks.
Really listening to the community on this.
Yeah, one of our pillars is that every voice matters.
Absolutely.
And so what we want to do is come here and listen, because this is the first, mobile first game that Blizzard has announced, and that's something that's new and exciting for us, and we want to learn as much as we can.
Is there? Obviously, like it's so new, and like I have so many questions that I want to ask, and I know that there will be absolutely no answers to any of them. But will did I ask this before about like partaking in like season journeys and things like that? Again, stuff that
I think it's like, in general, like the live operations of this is going to be, it's definitely going to meet expectations for Diablo fans, and I think they're going to be very happy.
Good
with what we have to
political
offer.
answer.
Yeah.
Kudos to whoever gave you your media training. I am very, very, very impressed.
Thank you.
What is I had one more question. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's very important. It was a very important question.
I agree.
Like I can't even. What was your biggest fear coming into the announcement of Diablo Immortal?
I mean, it was I was nervous, but I think the biggest fear was that people wouldn't say it's a Diablo game. Like, oh, that's not really a Diablo game. Like, it doesn't have the things that we want in it or anything like that. And so I think from just talking to people after they've gone through the demo, I feel much better about that. And I would encourage everyone to check out DiabloImmortal.com, pre-register, and I can't wait to get it into everyone's hands.
And all the announcements, like for future updates and things like that, if people wanted to find out more, it's just following @Diablo across all the social media platforms. That's where all announcements will come out.
Yep.
If you were to hint, nudge towards any certain time that another feature announcement or something would be dropped or something could be said, do you know when more information would be made available?
About Diablo Immortal? Well, I think that we're going to, like I said, we're going to digest a lot from this show.
Okay.
And then you'll probably see something from us really soon about new information and new updates and stuff like that.
Okay, I trust you.
Oh, you know what? You call me on it.
Actually,
I
trust you completely.
Call him on it.
But I
Caleb.
also want to make sure
He's the
that
one responsible.
we're going
after him.
Having you up here, of course, has been super fun. You're
Great.
super fun to talk to.
Thank you.
But I want to make sure that you got to talk about the things that you wanted to talk about.
Sure.
Was there anything that I didn't ask you that you feel is important that people hear about?
No, I mean, I was really curious to see, because you're up here in the middle of our demo booth, and this morning I was like, what is that thing? This like caged off area. This is like cool.
This is my prison. Welcome to my prison.
Yeah.
I will be here tomorrow. Actually, I feel like you'll enjoy tomorrow. I'm coming dressed as a mimic.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right.
I made a mimic cosplay. I'm going to be coming tomorrow dressed as a mimic.
Well, that's awesome.
I don't know how well that's going to translate on camera because it's, it's huge, but I love doing like obscure cosplays.
Yeah.
Because you see like Mercies and Tracers and all kinds of fun stuff, but I want to be the person that it's like the people the people that came as the Target dummy that one year, the obscure the obscure cosplays. I'm sorry, I interrupted you before, but
also, if you have any questions from your audience, I don't know if
but I think the biggest questions that they had from the audience was they were I don't know if you can touch base on this. They were wondering about microtransactions.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the first question a lot of people are asking us. One of the Blizzard values, it's actually the first one, is it's gameplay first. And so today we're focused on that very exclusively, so we're not talking about business model, unfortunately. But it's something that we take very seriously at Blizzard because we know the negative connotations that go with that question sometimes, and we're very sensitive to that as well. And so for Diablo Immortal, a lot of that stuff is still being planned, and we're talking about gameplay today, but our gamers are at the very heart of what we do, and we care very much about how they react and how they want to play our games. And so rest assured, we're going to definitely be considering everything. You wouldn't
have a game if you didn't have people playing them. So,
exactly.
And I'm gonna, because you're so good at, you're like, oh, I'm so good at being a monk. I was like, should you ever I'm just gonna drop it right here. Should you ever in the future need to have a name or something for a character in the future? I have a name.
All right.
Just in case.
All right. That sounds good.
But I mean, I want to, like I said, Is there anything else that you want people to know? Anything that you want to add? Or
No, I just this is an incredible BlizzCon. We're so blessed to be here, and I really thank you so much for setting up and being a part of this. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get to talk to other people as well and have a great
I'm hoping to, but the thing is, I still have 10 minutes left in my stream.
Oh, nice.
And the word on the street is, the street being between the two of us, that you're a good monk. So what I'm going to do
Let's bring it.
is I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, this is going to be
And
great.
I'm going to make you play a monk.
This is perfect.
So I want to see, and then I'm going to read the chat. So see what they say. Caleb rocking his monk skills.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, you put me on the spot. Now I'm not going to do as good. The really cool thing about the audience is like when people win multiple levels of something, they actually share with other people.
Yeah.
It's like because we're doing giveaways on Facebook Gaming.
Yeah.
And people are sharing. Sharing is caring. I love this.
That's great. So one of the things we did for this is a very quick tutorial that we made specifically for BlizzCon, so you get all these abilities right away. And obviously for BlizzCon, we're also not showing you your inventory or your other skills. We equipped these for and your basic attack on purpose because we felt like these showed the gameplay the best.
The way that like when you pick up an item and it asks you to equip it, so that's not how it's normally going to be in the game, or is that just like a quick equip sort of thing?
That quick equip has actually been one of the more positive things that we put in, just so you can easily upgrade instead of always going back to your inventory, because it's like one of the challenges of adapting this to mobile is that people don't always have a whole lot of time to min-max everything themselves, and so we try to do stuff that is more convenient for them and not waste their time. However, you can still equip whatever you pick at whenever you want from the inventory screen.
Okay. I'm always very curious because I played Diablo both on Xbox and PC, and I still have, because literally just dropped today for the Switch, have not had an opportunity to play Diablo 3 on the Switch, so I don't know what inventory management is like on the Switch. But it's a very unique experience for each of the games. Yeah. And I like how you're like concentration face and you're just like totally kicking butt. He wasn't kidding. He's just annihilating things.
Well, this
in his preset model.
This is just a great, really polished demo that the team put together. And
you've practiced over and over.
Yeah, we've practiced over and over and over. And so I'm not sure if you're able to play with the people that are actually down here. Are you guys all connected?
I haven't. I think this one's separate, mostly because it's streaming and they didn't want people to like.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I think it's separate, like solo experience. I haven't tried though.
Yeah.
When I went in for the boss fight, I think it's just me by myself. But I think everybody else out on the floor is doing separate because when you're live streaming, you gotta worry about people unsavory characters coming in and.
Well, luckily for you, I have this whole thing on farm, so it's just second nature.
There is a question. Will this have controller support?
So one of the things that we're focused on right now is just getting this the D-pad controls right, and there's actually two different D-pad controls. One is you see that I'm moving around with my left thumb. On the right thumb, I'm actually able to control the ability and my aiming and everything with that. And I have to not die because I talked myself up so much. But now this is a really hard enemy that just appeared.
It's okay, but I mean, like it's part of the whole thing where you jinx yourself.
Oh yeah.
By saying you're so good, and then that's why you're like I'm okay, I'm not actually, and then you're just like it's like sandbagging, except on Diablo and the game that you yourself helped develop.
Yeah, But that is a really good question about the controller support. We do get that question fairly often, and it's something that we'll continue to talk about, especially if there's a lot of demand from the community.
Yeah. There was a question someone asked. I already know the answer. The political answer was, how much is this going to cost? I'm assuming that will be touched on later on in the future.
Exactly.
We do not have the answer for that right now. I am not as trained in the political answer that Caleb would be giving you.
Well, I think just there's a lot to talk about when we just focus on the gameplay, and that's just Blizzard's core value, and so that's the thing we're gonna be focused on today. But more information on that stuff will be out very soon. And like I said, Blizzard cares very much about their fans and about the Diablo players having a great time.
Do you know? I know you said that this game has been in development since before you joined the team, but do you feel that Blizzard was kind of pushed to making a mobile game just because of the era of gaming, or was there a genuine interest in creating like a mobile experience or just a mobile experience with Diablo specifically?
So we felt, wow, I kicked that guy straight across the map. I mean, we are gamers of all platforms at Blizzard, and so when we look at different games that we want to make, a lot of it is about what excites us.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I do a lot of gaming on mobile because that's what I have time to play right now.
Where you can.
And so we feel that there's a lot of Blizzard fans out there that are in that same boat, that don't have a whole lot of time to potentially sit down at their PC all the time.
Yeah.
And we still have really great offerings on PC that we honestly prioritize and are very passionate about. But also, we wanted to bring something that felt really like a good mobile fit. And Diablo just does. With the control scheme, the top-down camera, everything just fits really well with it.
One of the questions in chat was, what phones will this work on?
Oh, so we're actually targeting a really wide spectrum of support so that most phones are going to be able to play it.
Okay.
It looks really good, but don't let that intimidate anyone.
Okay.
So we're looking at the different levels of support, but it's going to be for iOS and Android.
Okay.
And we'll release. We'll in due time we'll release an actual supported device list so people don't have to just take my answer.
Give you the specs and the rundowns and the benchmarks and all the fun stuff that you're going to need to know in order to find out whether or not you're going to be able to play.
Yes.
Do you have a like what's your gamer tag or like what you go by? Because everybody's got one at Blizzard.
Yes.
What's yours?
So I can't say.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Do you have a character in a game named after you or an item?
Not yet, but you know what? Maybe this time. Maybe this time.
Us together, we can do it, Caleb. I believe in us this time around. Actually, I can't lie. I already have a character. I have an item named after me in World of Warcraft.
Oh, what is it?
It's from Mists of Pandaria.
Okay.
In Timeless Isle off of Ordos drops an item called Pamela's Moose Cat Wrap.
Nice.
Which is Moose Cat is the name of my cat, but it's also the name of my Tauren Druid.
Oh, nice.
And someone sent me a screen cap of it, and I thought that they were joking. I thought it was like a fake item.
Yeah.
Like on a fake private server, but it was a real item. I had no idea it existed.
Nice.
And so I have an item named after me in World of Warcraft.
Nice.
And,
well, hey, congratulations.
Technically speaking, a character as well, but you know how they never do like the actual full name.
Exactly.
But well, Caleb, you'll get there.
Thank you.
I believe in you.
You're a great inspiration.
I see. You just gotta put your foot down. You gotta use your senior power.
That's right.
Yeah.
Why don't I have more stuff?
Yeah.
That's really the question.
Yeah.
I should be asking.
Yeah, you need to you know what? I earned that senior title on my name or on my job title. I should have a name and/or item named after me in this game that I've worked on.
So I'm trying to zoom through here to get to the dungeon. How are we doing on time?
We are almost done on time, but that's okay. You get to the dungeon.
Great.
You kick some butt because I know you're right there.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna enter solo this time because I don't need anyone else.
I totally get it. You've done nothing but rock face. I believe in you entirely and completely.
Maybe a lot of my skill has to do with just using the potion at the right time.
Yeah. Just like But while you're getting ready to do the final battle, I want to thank everybody for watching the stream. There will be multiple streams coming up afterwards. There are more opportunities to win. I again will be streaming again tomorrow. Hopefully, if the timing is done right, from 1:30 to 3:30, and that is Pacific time. And every 10 minutes on these streams are giveaways, so make sure you tune in if you would like to get that $10 off the goodie bag and 20% off of the all the merch in the merch store. And that's all the merch that you do in that merch store. That to me is the coveted item, because I spend so much money in the merch store. But there are also other streamers coming up, so guys, please stay tuned. There's a lot of really cool stuff on the slate for the virtual ticket. There's a lot of great panels, a lot of great interviews. My good friend Michelle Morrow is hosting. She is just one of the best in the industry, and I'm so lucky to know her. We're getting close to that boss fight. Oh, security policy prevents use of microphone. What'd you do?
Nice. I'm sorry.
What did you try to do?
I wasn't cheating. I promise this is all super legit. That's like one of those things that you hope never comes up on a stream.
Yeah.
And then it just did.
Hey, do we use our PC Blizzard account for this? So is it tied to your Blizzard account?
It is actually going to have Battle.net integrated into it, so that if you have friends playing Overwatch, or if you have friends playing WoW, or even any other of the games that are on Battle.net right now, you'll be able to talk to them and invite them into your game and jump in and kill some demons. The demons, everyone, really need to be killed.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was ever talked about.
No. That's very. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There was a few demons I skipped over because I knew that there was going to be a boss fight. Because the first time I timed out before I could finish the boss fight, so I was like, I need to get there. I need to get to the boss fight. I wasn't sure what the timer was at. So
what's great is this ability down there that pulls all the enemies into the monk, and then you do that 7-sided strike. It's great.
We're gonna do this boss fight, and then we are going to end the stream. And oh my gosh,
I overshot that one by quite a lot, actually.
But look at like you're just annihilating everything forever.
But this boss is a new character that we've added to the lore of Diablo, and
lore.
His name is Purz the Decimator, or Purus the Decimator, and I'm really excited about the story, especially because we have a very good story team that has been working a long time on making sure this is something that is a worthy entry to the Diablo franchise.
Lore is one of your guys' strong suits, so I'm looking forward to hearing about. I'm going to call him Purus because that's what it looks like to me.
You know what? Now I'm going to start calling him that, and then everyone in the office is going to be making fun of me.
And then, like, how'd that happen? Pamela Horton once called him Purus on a live stream. That's what his name is now, Purus. While he finishes up this boss fight, guys, I thank you so much for joining me on this stream. If you enjoyed the stream, if you enjoyed the energy, enjoyed the vibes, aside from the freebie stuff, please, I implore you to give a like, a follow, set up notification to if I go live, you can check out my streams. I will be streaming again, like I said, tomorrow at 1:30 until 3:30. Thanks again to Caleb for coming in and answering questions, kicking butt on the monk now.
I'm so close to death.
He's so close to death. He's so close to killing. It's all across in between. Thank you, everybody who gave stars. Thank you, everybody who shared the stream. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys again at BlizzCon tomorrow. Oh my gosh, we're so close. We're so close.
One last kick. There we go. All right.
Nice.
I got Soul Ripper.
Got the Soul Ripper. Perfect.
That's great.
That was we couldn't have asked for a better way to end the stream. Caleb,
that's great.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
I had a wonderful time playing with you and getting
this is great.
my monk skills shown up. It's I mean it's really honestly it's not that hard.
Anytime.
It's not that hard, but thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Tune in tomorrow to my stream at 1:30 if it's on time. I'll let you guys know if it's not. Caleb, thank you. I hope you have a good BlizzCon.
You too.
And based on the hype, I think it's going to go well
Yeah,
for you.
I'm excited. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Say love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.
So yeah, that was it. That was the interview with Caleb Arseneaux. One interesting thing to note is he was just promoted to lead game producer this month. So congratulations, Caleb. But yeah, you just told us that we should hit you up basically for any news about Diablo Immortal. And as we can see here on the old Twitter, there hasn't been a single mention of Diablo Immortal since that interview. You can scroll through this whole thing, and it's all Diablo 3. There's some mentions of Diablo 3 on Switch, Diablo, Aria's book of what's it called? I don't know. I forget what it's called. The book that just came out in what was it, March or February? But not a single mention of Diablo Immortal. And so since you basically offered us some sort of source of news through you yourself, yeah, we would like to hear. There's a lot of people that really actually want to play this game. I think it's kind of sad that Blizzard or at least the Diablo team is given into this hate culture, and I know it's really, really bad. It's like the past few years in gaming, this culture of like just lashing out at developers and hating on things is just stupid, honestly. That's not the way that you get things you want done. Hating on things is not the way. You should go and promote the things that you like, which is why I'm making this video. I really love Diablo and I want to play this game. As someone who's played Diablo on PC the last almost 20 years, I still want to play this game on my phone. There's a lot of people out there that are like me, but the haters are louder than the fanboys, I guess. It's a lot easier to focus on the hate, and I think you guys might be kind of putting your focus too much on the haters. Like, don't give them the attention. There's a lot of us that really, really love your games and we want to play them, so give us something. It was pretty clear and obvious that you were basically saying that the game is about ready to go. Like you said with excitement right there, that very soon, and then you drop back. You're like, oh wait, let's not say very soon. Soon, Blizzard soon, right? But it was obvious that this game, you guys were ready to put this out and give it to people, and now you're just giving all your attention to the haters and focusing on people that probably don't even play the game, to be honest. And there's a lot of people, a lot of Diablo fans out there that want to get their hands on this game, myself included. And we've got Discord communities already up and going that are just waiting. So please tell us something, Caleb, or anybody from Blizzard. Tell us something, please. We want this game. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and do all that stuff with the description links. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. I hope to come back to you with a video with more Diablo Immortal news. Hopefully this does something. I doubt it will, but come on, guys. We need to not let the haters win. Like, go out there and show your support. Tell Blizzard that we want this game. We want it. Let the haters do their hating. We can also be loud if we need to. All right, peace. See you guys next time.